Wake up! Wake up! Earl!
There we go.
Nice. Sorry, guys, you may have noticed a bit of a rough cut. We were using a widescreen core for this, and there was like a draw issue from wraparound scanning, and
Yeah.
we didn't know how to fix it.
Yeah, I don't think there was any real fixing that.
Right,
Because you're just, like you said, you were getting the other side of the screen wrapped in.
right.
All right, so let's see if any of these presents here.
Are anything useful?
Okay, that's teleport. That's a book,
Hey, that should be for my birthday.
right? Wake up. Okay, we got 2 more left. Oh no, it's
Oh, no.
rain. Crap. Okay,
This would be wonderful for Kirby, but not for Earl.
right? Alright, 1 more left.
Yeah.
Alright, none of them do me any good down here.
Well, that last one. You need some beats.
Right. Well, if anyone out there has ever played ToeJam and Earl, you know your first 4 presents you gather, you're looking for one of 2 objects. You're looking for the Icarus wings, or you're looking for the rocket skates.
Yep.
Because you go to the upper right corner and get presents, you go to the lower left corner, fall down, and you automatically gain a level at level 0 if you hop in the hot tub and drink the lemonade. These are things.
Yes, they are.
So back in the day, so you could see it way better now than back in the day. You can obviously tell that that's money.
Oh, yeah, you're right. That was harder to tell back then.
Back in the day, oh, crap, how did I?
Yeah,
There
how
it
do you think?
goes.
There you go. Yeah.
Back in the day, my dad and I used to call it corn because it looked like corn. It looked like corn on the cob, like
Yeah.
way zoomed out on a CRT TV. So we used to call it the corn. Okay, unfall. Okay.
Let me ask you this question, because this comes up a lot, and I heard it recently on Giant Bomb. Grub was talking for sure, but I don't remember who he was talking to. And we're all relatively around the same age as them. And they have a love for CRT screens for games that were made, with that type of screen in mind.
Right.
I don't personally. I have no problem flat screen, higher definition, even if the game wasn't made for it. Do you have a preference?
I'd say it honestly depends on the game itself. Because the thing is, with something like this, like you see the pixels, it's novel.
Right.
But ToeJam and Earl was never about super high quality. I'm just gonna take a shortcut and get around this guy. There we go. ToeJam and Earl was never like about pixel perfect pictures and stuff like that.
Right.
But when you get into certain games, like especially the like Final Fantasies and whatnot,
Yeah.
you'll end up running into something to where it's gonna look fine on a flat screen, it's gonna look fine on an LCD, it's gonna look better on an OLED,
Right.
but you're still not going to match that CRT. That's like I forgot. Is that rotten food? Yep.
Yep. Moldy teas.
That's like, to this day, one of the holy grails, and I can't remember the actual model, but there is a CRT TV that was basically like a production CRT
Okay.
that is kind of the holy grail for retro game enthusiasts, especially to hook up like with hardware to it. Because it's just there's something about that difference.
Sure, yeah.
There's something about that difference of seeing it on a CRT Like when you see Super Mario World for the first time,
Yeah.
you see it, and it's true. When you see it on a CRT versus an LCD, like that stuff was made for that equipment.
Right.
Like this stuff, like you can't just plug. Well, you can plug a VCR into an LCD. It's not going to look as good. No, I'm going to save my bucks.
Yeah, as well.
But it's not going to look as good, and you're not going to get that same tone you would with a CRT.
Right.
Now, in terms of just playing them, no, I really don't have much of a problem. But if it's one of those, like, oh, hey, like, let me show you, I don't know, Robo Kid for the Genesis. Like, that is a weird. Like, imagine if H.R. Geiger went, you know what? I think I really want to make an R-Type game now.
Right.
That's basically what Robo Kid is. Can I hear? Go the other way. Not my way. Go the other way. When you get those showpiece video games that you show your friends or show people who aren't really into video games, like once so I'd say another big difference would be, okay, well, 4K to standard 1080p resolution.
Mm-hmm.
If you have the hardware that it's meant to be on, it's going to look great.
Right.
But if you're still doing 1440p and it's a little stretched out or the colors don't quite match, like you throw your 4K HDR on an OLED TV that's supposed to output that stuff, you notice that the shadow levels and the black levels are different. You notice that colors pop more.
Right.
A similar thing with playing on a CRT. Like another good example is playing any of those vector graphics games.
Yep.
So you can play them on just a regular LCD monitor, but they're not going to look as good as that glass cabinet,
right,
at the arcades. And I didn't recognize this when I was younger. It took me a little while to realize this, but you actually do walk faster on the road.
Oh, interesting. I don't think I knew that.
Check this out. Okay, so
uh-huh.
Pretty slow, right?
Yep, you're right.
Picks up the pace a little bit when he's on the road. Yeah. Oh, hey, there's a ship piece that always.
Wow, right away, yeah.
It always looked like a loaf of bread to me.
An amplimeter connector fin.
Get out here.
We've said before, you're a Sega guy, and I mostly missed out on Sega. This was one of the few Sega games that I did play quite a bit of, though. I'm trying to remember off the top of my head what the other ones were.
Altered Beast.
No, it was not Altered Beast. Part of the reason why Sega didn't click with me so much early on, I think, is because of the games that I mostly saw being played by the friends of mine that had Sega. So yeah, they had ToeJam and Earl. NBA Jam they had, but that was the Super Nintendo. They had the Mortal Kombat style games and things like that, which I completely respect those games, but I'm just no good at them. He said doofus, but I read it as the fuck?
Nope.
Bummer.
See, the best thing about ToeJam and Earl, though, is if you fall down, you're not dead.
Right.
You just go to the level underneath it.
Yeah, really ahead of itself with the kind of no-fail system that we have today.
Yeah, because I mean, you can fail at ToeJam and Earl. You can run out of health and you can die, but if you fall off, you're just going to fall to the level that is underneath you. Although, depending on the level, there might not be anything underneath you.
Right.
So you'll end up falling 2, 3, 4 levels. But that's mitigated by having this little present that I have called the unfall.
Yep.
To where when you fall, you just use the unfall, and then you're back where you originally fell off at. So with this game with ToeJam and Earl, So ToeJam and Earl has had 4 iterations so far. This original ToeJam and Earl, which is beloved.
Yep.
Panic on Funkatron, which stinks.
Yeah.
The one for the original Xbox.
Yep.
And then the other one where the creators of ToeJam and Earl came back and remade and did a brand new ToeJam and Earl game, which that is one of probably the highlights of that year for me. Ah, shit, too many presents. All right, we're gonna have to. What do I have doubles of?
That one.
Purple hat.
Yep.
Oh, it's decoy.
Nice.
And when the original creators came back, it like gave it such a like an Adult Swim feel to it. Okay, do I have one of those? I do. Let's door.
I forgot what the doors do.
Lead you to a random spot.
Oh, okay.
Ah, too many presents.
We've fallen into a loop, it seems.
Do I have any more doubles? I do.
This is not a loop.
Rocket skates?
Maybe.
Rose bushes?
Oh, no.
When, oh, wait. Okay. Is this going to be a good mailbox or bad mailbox? Okay, it's good mailbox. I have a room for presents. But, the rose bushes are really nice for bad mailboxes. Because there's, in ToeJam and Earl, there's bad mailboxes.
Yep.
And you sneak up on it, it just goes, and it'll run after you. But these rose bushes are kind of nice because you can just kind of plunk them down on the path. And that also randomly happens when you go to the edge of a certain walkway. It'll kind of auto-complete itself and lead you right back onto the mainland.
Yep.
God, I love this game so much. Like, this could honestly be my entire night. Oh, and also, they hurt you.
Right, yeah.
Rose bushes. But so going back to the other, they came back. The creators came back. Yeah, eat rose bushes. The creators came back and made a new ToeJam and Earl. And oh no, I'm gonna hula. So the original creators came back to ToeJam and Earl, did a ToeJam and Earl, and honestly, it's one of those moments in time to where I look and go, video games are fucking awesome.
Right.
Because my dad passed away just after my oldest son turned 6 months. And really, he really never got to meet his grandpa. But I, as a kid, sat on the couch with my dad playing the original ToeJam and Earl. I got to sit on the couch with my son and play the ToeJam and Earl that the original creators came back and made. And it's one of those moments to where video games are damn awesome. Because there's not a lot you can experience that something that heavy with. It's Cupids. Something that heavy with that's not intended to be heavy.
Right. So
to sit there and go like, I had this awesome experience. I do have 2 of these. Oh no! So I just hit something called the randomizer, and it's exactly what it sounds like it does. Now I don't know what any of my presents are.
Yep.
And now I have to see if I have doubles again. I do. It's a door.
Oh no, in a bad spot too.
There we go. Hey, a present. Do I have any more? Oh, okay. Oh, the inner tube. Okay.
Yep.
That's actually the other. That's one of the other things you can look for. I'm gonna go ahead and since I have another one, I'm gonna go ahead and take this to the bottom.
Gotcha.
Inner tube. That was the third one. Inner tube, rocket skates, Icarus wings.
Yep.
that you can go to the corner with. And then when you go to the corner and reach level 0, you automatically fall back to the last level you were just on. The highest last level you were just on.
Right.
But going back to that story, so you almost never, unless you've been pretty much around them your entire life, like you don't have that experience with a lot of things when it pertains to like something special like that with my dad, or it's like something that you'd have to have been around someone that does that thing for a long time.
Right.
And I've been playing video games for a very long time. And
No.
no, I got it.
Oh yeah, you had another one.
Energy. Because your health also functions as your oxygen. But as you can see, it recovers itself.
Yep.
When you're back up. But so you're on this little island here, which it has a couple presents on, and doesn't seem like it's that special. Oh, another present. But you fall down this middle part right here. Whoop. And then you end up on 0. And you can get some of this guy's lemonade. And it levels you, and it gives you an extra life.
Yep.
And I don't know if you noticed, but when you're at the lemonade stand, butt crack. Because it's Earl.
Yep.
But having been doing something like this long, you eventually get to experience something like that, to where it's like, I've played this with my dad on the couch, and I got to play the new version that the creators made with my son the same way my dad played it with me. The only other thing I have that with is fishing. Oh crap.
That's a
Up,
bad spot.
Up, up.
Well, you know what? Let's go with that defeat. Let's
At least get away from the hamster.
yeah, for sure. And then we'll switch on over to part 2. Part 2.